Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a Starbow game between TeddyBear and Dirtybag on Fighting Spirit. Now, I recently cast a Saturday Starbow tournament. It was number 2 with Born, another Starbow caster. It was a lot of fun, and in the end, it was a PvZ final, which is my favorite matchup of all time, as anybody who's been watching my videos knows. So let's bring up the production tab and introduce the players, and let's get on with it. In the bottom left of Fighting Spirit, this is the red Protoss player, TeddyBear. And in the top left of Fighting Spirit, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Dirtybag. I think I've cast Dirtybag before. I think that was a TvZ match where he did pretty well. He got the lurkers out, but I think the Terran beat him. I don't know. It was a while ago. I can't really keep this in my mind. But anyway, like I said, I'd like to start casting more Starbow. It just reminds me kind of the Brood War. I know that Ziphius, the creator, says this is not Brood War. It's not just a simple recreation. It is something different. It contains elements from a lot of different games. A lot of input from viewers and players has come in as well. I noticed in the Twitch chat there's a lot of comments saying, well, this unit's too weak, or this unit's too strong, or we need to change this on the map. And Ziphius is there listening the whole time. He's a really, I guess he's a really attentive creator of a video game and basically of Starbow. So it's good to see him doing that, giving love to the people that love his game so much. So we should see changes all the time in Starbow, which really excites me. And in the end, nothing too crazy going on, but a whole bunch of Lings actually popping out here. The Lings are trying to get on out. There are 6 of them. We're going to slow things down. There is a full wall. There is a Zealot here. Zealot's a little bit weaker, I think they are, in StarCraft 2, but still, I think, able to hold off this number of Lings. What I saw in the higher levels of the PvZ of the games that I cast, again, just recently, you can pretty much forge fast expand on this map. This choke is pretty big, but you can handle it if you play it well enough. And it looks like TeddyBear is not too comfortable in doing that. Instead, going to go ahead and get these Zealots out against these Zerglings. The Zerglings do poke on up the ramp and say, we're going to kill you, Zealots. No, instead take 2 smashes to the face and say, we are never getting through there. Let's Macro back at home and see what can happen. Again, there's only 1 gas on each base in Starbow. You don't have to devote as many workers to gas as you do in StarCraft 2, which is kind of interesting. Again, the 3rd base is super important for Zerg. We're going to see him take his 3rd pretty much as soon as TeddyBear takes his natural, if he's able to do it. Likely going to be over here, going to be farther away from the Protoss player. Pretty standard stuff that we do in Seed and StarCraft as well. So just kind of really both players macroing up at this point, getting a Hydra den. Again, Hydras are tier 1 in Starbow. And so you don't need the lair to get them, which makes them very viable against early harass. You can actually do early timing pushes with Hydralisks with range against Protoss, who have chosen to wall off here. I saw time and time again Hydralisks with range get right up to this area, snipe down the buildings, creating the wall and opening up areas for lurkers and speedlings to get on in there. So crazy, crazy possibilities with that early Hydra. Hydra, one of my favorite units in the game, has been for years and years. I was sad to see it relegated to basically 0 status in Wings of Liberty. Happy to see it back in Heart of the Swarm, and really happy to see it such a big part of the game in a Starbow. So Spinecrawler coming up here as well. Again, remember, it does explosive damage, so extra damage to armored units and only 50% to light units. So Marine push is actually not super good against this. I mean, I guess it does do 20 damage to light, so either way, we're not going to see Marines. We are going to see Zealots. Zealots have 160 total, and they're considered light. So only 20 damage to light means, where is this here? 20 damage versus light. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of pokes from a Spinecrawler to actually kill a Zealot. So wouldn't be surprised if maybe 2-gate proxy is pretty strong against Zerg players, but haven't really seen it. I wonder if that's something we are going to see. Groove Spines coming up. Yep, there's the range for the Hydras. Hydras are on their way. A Dragoon pops on out. Haven't seen one of these guys in a long, long time. Dragoons are armored. They're mechanical. They do 20 damage, 10 versus light, 15 versus medium, so they're extra good against things that are medium. Are Hydras medium? They certainly are. So extra damage versus Hydras makes them super good. They're really good against lurkers as well. This Zergling just kind of popping up for Dirtybag, checking to see when is this natural actually going to be taken. There's nothing really preventing TeddyBear from taking it. Dirtybag is just kind of sitting here waiting for that to happen. I'm not sure what the plan is for TeddyBear. Getting a Templar Archives off of 1 base as well as a Robo facility. Man alive. doing a lot of things here at once off of one base. See a lot of new spells down here. Kaidaran Amulet, which is something from Brood War, increases the starting energy of High Templars and Dark Archons by 12. Maximum energy by 50. But again, this is not StarCraft 2, so you can pretty much afford to sit back and let the Zerg macro up without really condemning yourself to death like it is in StarCraft, because again, there's really not a solid inject mechanism that doesn't let you get many workers just a lot of all at once. So here comes a Warp Prism coming in with a couple Zealots and a couple Archons. Are we going to try to Storm drop? Is that what this is? Do we have Storm? We have Storm. Holy smokes. Here we go. Dropping into the main here. The Zealots doing a lot of damage, but actually going to get cleaned up fairly quickly. Huge Storm on all the units. So many Hydralisks die, but the Warp Prism is picked off. The Archons emerging. The Hydralisks doing what they can to force that to die. Wow. That was probably an even trade. 6 workers died. 9 Hydras died, though, in exchange for a Warp Prism, 2 Zealots, and 2 Templars. So I'd say, yeah, probably an even proposition there, basically. Didn't really manage to kill Dirtybag, but at the same time didn't lose so much that he's just going to lose the game right here either. So TeddyBear now planting down that natural. Again, do it while you're attacking. A very smart play indeed, but here come the Hydras. They have range. They are fast off creep. They are so much more viable than they are most times in StarCraft 2. Yeah, Starbow Hydras are super fun. They're just kind of rallying up here, waiting for their friends. They're going to head right on down and try to snipe down these buildings that are making the wall of the natural. And let's see how effective they are going to be, effectively killing a pylon, dodging a storm. Excellent storm dodge there from Dirtybag. Going to head on down. Let's zoom out and take a look at this from a distance, bouncing back and forth. Going to try to snipe down what they can, but immediately taking down that Dragoon. Huge pickup. Again, trying to snipe down this Archon. The Archon dies, but the Storm kills all but 2 of the Hydralisks. But 2 is all you need to take down Templar that can't do anything else. So that they end up dead. The Archon is going to morph here. And yeah, the Hydras decide to head out instead. It is 29 to 36 Harvesters. The Zerg player feeling very happy about himself. Archons look pretty cool here. They trail energy, kind of swirls around them. It's a really good job by whoever designed this unit. It looks much, much different. Dark Templar getting dropped in here. Going to try to snipe down the Spire. There needs to be an Overlord. All the Overlords do have vision, don't they? Yes, they do. Why isn't there one in the main? Oh, no. Dirtybag, you're not going to lose your Spire to this, are you? Don't lose the Spire. Where is the Overlord? It is so slow. And that's it. I think the Spire is going to fall before it can get detected. Couple more hits. Yes, the Spire does fall. Mission accomplished for Mr. Dark Templar. Does get spined to death, but it really doesn't matter. That was a huge pickup. Zealots coming up here again. But again, there's a spine. There are a couple Hydras, but spines take forever to kill Zealots. That's for sure. A couple Mutas were in production before that spine got taken down. We are actually seeing a Lurker Den getting morphed here. Dirtybag saying, all right, fine. You took care of my Spire. I'm going to make Lurkers and come try to wreck you that way. A small flock of Mutas is heading over. How many? 6 total? 6 is pretty good. Is there anything to defend against this? There's a single cannon here, but these probes are pretty exposed out here at the assimilator and the edges of these mineral patches. The Mutas trying to kill what they can. We're going to follow them. We're going to try to follow them. There we go. Swimming in and out, swimming, flying, in and out. They are not fish, and killing probes, doing a pretty good job of it. No probes are left on this assimilator, taking some hits from the cannon in order to actually get probes. 1 Mutalisk dies, but so many workers are dying. That is a lot of probe deaths. It is 11 to 11 now, though, so fairly even at this point again. Now, something that might be interesting to note is that Zerg players don't really like to take this third base because the ramp is a little bit wide, but out here, is that the same size? I guess this doesn't have the skinny ramps, but sometimes on some of the maps that I cast today, there would be a base across the map here, like in the top right, that would have a really narrow ramp you could hold against the Terran player, basically, with 2 Lurkers. And so that was a base that Zerg players like to take a little bit better. Trying to throw down this one. It did get spotted by the Zealots. Are we going to force a cancel? It's going to be super close. It's down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and no, doesn't even get the cancel off. The Zealots do manage to kill the third base. None of the Hydras go down, which is nice. There was some more harassment down here with the Mutalisks. And how many workers? Still just 11 workers lost here. So good job by TeddyBear actually warding off that harass a little bit better than I expected. We are now morphing in the Lurkers. Lurkers are super duper fun. They are part of Legacy of the Void again, but here they are in Starbow before Legacy of the Void beta was actually out. So recognizing what the fans want. Another drop. Huge Storm. Oh my gosh, Storm is good. 24 drones have been lost I don't know what to say. Hydra's trying to get in here, do what they can. The storm's going down, though, killing all but one of the Hydras. Trying to snipe down that Warp Prism with a single Hydralisk with no upgrades. Actually going to be able to do it. There's nowhere for the Warp Prism to run. Wow, those Templars were nasty, nasty, nasty on that attack. Fine, the Lurkers and the Hydra say, you killed our workers. We are going to come up here, and we are going to ruin your day. There are Templar here. Again, Storm is really good. There are Archons as well. Storming where a Lurker is a pretty effective method. Burrowing into the ground here at intervals, at a spread, basically just so Storm doesn't do a huge amount of damage against them. Standing on top of these Lurkers, though. Storm killing a lot of the Hydras, but not all of them. Lurkers doing a bunch of damage to these units, killing everything but a couple Archons and a Zealot. And the Lurkers pretty much, I think they all survived. So might as well move down and see what they can do. Oh, there are a lot of cannons here, though. Trying to snipe them down. The Zealots are helping as well. Forced to retreat. This base gonna die as well. TeddyBear doing a great job denying extra bases from our Zerg player. Archons coming up. They do extra damage. They do 30 damage of splash damage. No extra biological. They're not quite as good against Zerg as they are in Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty. So going to try to take this base down. There's really nothing to respond to save it. A few Hydras, but I think these Archons and Zealot are going to get there way before the Hydras can. This base is likely going to die for TeddyBear. Couple more hits, and there's the cancel. Getting 225 minerals back. The Muta flies in immediately, gets murdered by the Archons. And checking for a base up here is our friend TeddyBear. Actually not seeing anything at all. The Hydra is at the bottom of the ramp, taking a lot of damage from these Archons, but managed to kill both of them. The Hydra's on a hunt to try to figure out where these Zealots are. This Zealot too, again, denying a base just for a little bit of time. And can this guy get a kill? Yes, he does get a single kill against that Hydralisk. Well played by him. You are going to be welcomed into our whatever the afterlife for Protoss players is. Zealots are reincarnated as Dragoons. So look, this guy, this could have been the Zealot that just died here. Observer coming up. Again, Dragoons do really well against Lurkers. TeddyBear is pretty much countering exactly what Dirtybag is trying to do. And Dirtybag desperately trying to take a third base. Why was that one canceled? He was doing so well with that. Was there an attack I missed? I don't know. Anyway, it was canceled. Dragoons, Zealots, Templars moving up here, trying to do what they can do. Taking out Creep Tumors. Creep Tumors are more expensive, so the creep spread is actually pretty amazing for Starbow. Creep Tumors are 30 energy. And it doesn't actually provide you that speed upgrade like it does in StarCraft 2. So instead, it gives you a bit of a healing factor increase. So you heal a little bit more quickly on the creep rather than getting that speed increase. So anyway, all this creep is going to recede, no longer giving vision to our Zerg player. Is there a third base? Says TeddyBear. No, there is not. I've successfully contained the Zerg on 2 bases. Or maybe he's paranoid. Maybe he thinks there is a third base somewhere. I don't know where it is. I can't see it. Maybe I'm going to get overwhelmed here soon enough. Taking a third base of his own is TeddyBear, playing very, very well. Hydra's pretty much coming out here. Hydra Lurker with +1 missile attack upgrade, looking pretty good. Going to try to get, maybe snipe down some of these units that are transferring. I don't know if he can see them, though. I don't actually think that he can, now that I think about it. Being really active again with these Zealots is TeddyBear, just running them everywhere across the map, trying to figure out if there are any bases that he's missing. The active level is very high for this one and very intelligent. So here we come, Lurkers and Hydras into the same place. Oh no, the Lurkers are not on attack move because they can't attack move. They are running down to their deaths. The storm melting so many of these Hydralisks. The Lurkers trying to escape, running for their lives, but no, getting picked off by the Dragoons. That was very disastrous for our friend Dirtybag. Zealots in here now, wailing away at all of these workers, forcing retreat, forcing the workers to get pulled off the line. Dirtybag calls the GG, and TeddyBear is victorious. Woo! That was a crazy Starbow game. Back and forth. Workers' lost totals must be huge. 43 drones lost for our Zerg player. Just 11 for the Protoss. Really not that big of a deal in the end, it just feels like TeddyBear did a good job reacting to exactly what Dirtybag wanted to do. TeddyBear got that snipe on the Spire that was huge, basically forced Dirtybag to go into lurkers, then started making Dragoons, which was the answer, and in the end was victorious. So thank you so much for watching the Starbow cast. This has been Falcon Paladin. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /Falcon Paladin. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today, and to catch daily StarCraft 2 uploads. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.